Hi guys, welcome back to the Android appium mobile automation session. So in the previous session, we learned how we need to download Java and set up its environment variables. And also in my previous session, I explained you how we need to download the Android Studio. We will be continuing our session today from the Android Studio itself. So like I told you, once we are done with downloading the Android Studio, you will get an exe file somewhat like this, right? Let me just close this. Yeah, so you'll get a exe file something like this. So once you have downloaded and installed this file, you will see that a folder is created just like the folder of Java was created when we installed Java. So you just need to go to the my computer, your C drive, and the program files. Here you will see an Android folder. So in this Android folder you will see an Android Studio folder, and inside the bin folder you will see this folder, this exe studio64.exe. As soon as you click on this studio64.exe, your Android Studio will get launched. Since I've already opened it, let me just close it first and show you. Yeah. So I will just click on this, and it might take some time to open the Android Studio, so you don't need to worry. See, it's already opening. We will just wait until it opens completely. So yes, when you have freshly installed the Android Studio, you might see different screens. It might not show the screens which it is showing right now. So at the beginning, after you have just opened it, after installing, you will see a screen like where it will ask you to create a sample project or import from an existing project. So you just need to click on the creating the sample project, and just keep on clicking on next, next and next until you land up on a window like this. So this is how we will land up on this screen. Just keep on clicking on next and next and next by creating a sample project. So you don't need to get deep into the Android Studio. Like I told you in my previous session, the only purpose of using Android Studio here is that we need to create an Android virtual device. So I'll just explain you what exactly an Android virtual device is, as I also explained it in the previous sessions. So basically what happens is, when you need to run your Android test cases against a certain device, you can do it in two ways, right? Like I told you, one, if you have a physical Android device with you, you can just connect it with your PC and do all the automation you want to do. But if you don't have the physical device with you, and what if you want to run your test cases against different Android devices like a Nexus or some other device? So in that case, what we can do is create virtual images of those devices in our machines, and those virtual images are known as emulators. And this Android Studio will be using just to create those Android virtual devices, so that we just can simply run our test cases against them. So as I told you, when we download the Android Studio, it comes in two parts. First part is it simply downloads the Android Studios. As I told you, this is the Android Studio, right? And it also downloads the complete bundle of Android SDK. So basically, what is the Android SDK? Firstly, we will see where the Android SDK gets downloaded, gets installed when we've already installed this exe file. Uh, Let me just show you. So when we have finished installing this exe file, we'll get the Android Studio installed as well as the Android SDK is installed. We have already seen where the Android Studio gets installed, in the C drive, inside the program files, and inside this Android folder. here this Android Studio is installed. But what about the Android SDKs? That's a tricky part. So basically the Android SDKs gets installed in the users directory. In the users directory, select the name of your computer. In my case it is Rajan, so I will go to the Rajan folder, and here you will see this Android SDKs. So this is where the Android SDKs bundle gets installed. So basically all these folders will be used in the background. Whenever an emulator runs, it will be using files which are contained inside these folders. So that is the importance of Android SDKs. Without having it installed, you won't be able to run an emulator. So it's very important that you have installed Android SDKs, and the Android people have made a job easier by just telling us to download the Android Studio, and it automatically downloads both of the things, both the Android Studio and the Android SDKs. So in my previous lecture I showed you how we need to set up some environment variables in order to let our system know that where exactly Java is installed in our machine. Similarly, we also need to let our computer know that okay, where exactly are the Android SDKs files present in my computer. So in order to do that, we need to create some environment variables for this Android as well. So I've just created a file where like in my previous lecture I told you for Java we need to create Java_home, right? And inside the Java_home variable we gave the path until the JDK folder, and we also gave a path until the bin folder inside the path variable. For Android we need to do something similar. First we need to go to the my computer. Let me just go to the my computer. Where is it? This one. Yeah. So as soon as I go into the my computer, I will click on I will do a right click on the screen and click on properties, and from the properties I will click on the advanced system settings link, and in this link we'll be clicking on the environment variables button. Here I will be creating a new variable known as the Android home. So what you can do is just click on new and give a variable name as Android_home. Inside this variable we need to give a value. So what value do we need to give? We need to give the path to the SDK folder. So in our case the path to the SDK folder is this one, C users, your username and Android SDK. So just copy this path until this, copy it, and just we need to paste it over here and click on OK. In my case, since I've already created this Android_home variable, so I will not be creating it again, and as you can see here is my Android SDK path lies in the Android_home variable, right? Apart from this we need to give 3 more paths, and those paths will be given inside the path variable. So I just click on the path variable, and here I will be giving some more paths. So what paths are those? So I will just go back to the Android SDK folder, and here I will give 3 paths. So the first path is until this folder tools. So just copy this path, copy it like this, and go to the path variable, and here in the path variable just click on new and give this path, copy and paste this path. So first one is after the Android_home variable you have created, the second path is until the tools folder, and you need to give it under the path variable. Apart from this, 2 more paths will be given, which includes the path until the bins folder inside the tools. So just copy this path as well and just go to your path variable and paste it like this. So this is our second path, and apart from this, one more path we need to give, and that is until the platform tools folder. So where is this platform tools folder? You will just find it here, right here. You just need to copy this path and again go to the path variable and click on new and just paste it. So this is how we need to give these three paths. Since you can see that I've already given these paths earlier, so I will not be creating these paths again and just be deleting it, so that duplicacy is not duplicacy does not happen. So yeah, this is all you need to do in order to set up Android SDKs on your machine. Once you have done it, you won't get any errors running an emulator, or any problems you will be facing. No problems you will be facing, right? So just clicking on cancel, since I've already created all the variables, and we are done with setting up Android in our machine, right? Now in the next lecture, I will be showing you how actually we will be creating an emulator. Uh, uh, I just want to tell you that the sole purpose of using Android Studio in our lectures is that we just need it in order to create the emulator. We don't need it to we don't need it for any other purpose. For all the coding things, all the coding part, we will be using Eclipse. For now, for your understanding, you just have to learn that we will be using Android Studio to create an emulator. So in my next lecture, I will be explaining you how we actually create an emulator from the Android Studio, and from there we will be moving further. Alright guys, thank you for watching this session. Bye.